A few weeks ago, Tom actually spoke to Danny Abraham, who is Associate Director at Aspas Real Estate, about the increase in demand for renovating flats. He reckoned that it wasn't just the property market that was booming, it was also doing stuff up. So we're speaking to a man with a hammer, Bernard Diffley, Managing Director at GTime Technical Services and Construction, in the studio with us this morning. Morning, Bernard.
Morning, Brandy. How you doing?
I'm good. How busy are you?
It's pretty mad. I was talking to the guys in the office yesterday. I think we're about 75% up on last year. I think we're over 100%, to be honest. It's a bit of a perfect storm, actually, for the renovations and construction side. You have massive demand. We still have the supply chain issues that we had pre-COVID. We've now ended up with suppliers coming on the phone telling me they're 45% increase in their materials, and that's before we have the oil increases impact probably coming into the end of the year, because getting materials here is going to takes tankers burn diesel, and it's going to increase there, and demand doesn't seem to be coming off.
Okay, well, let's look at all of those factors one by one. First of all, your 100% increase in demand. What's your theory as to why people are renovating?
It's quite a little bit. There's 3 or 4 folds to it. First of all, a lot of areas, well, not a lot of areas, but quite substantial areas in the city at this stage need renovation. So we're thinking Ranches 1, the Greens, parts of the Marina, especially on the Shake side, roadside, JLT. We've already seen it. If you were down near the creek anytime recently, a lot of that has been pulled down and re-renovated. So that is the demand. There is a skilled labour shortage. That's worldwide. That's not just here. And you also have the short-term rental market. So if you want high returns on your short-term rental and you give it to companies like Mason Privy or some of the 5-star that give 5-star service, you need to renovate the property. They will not look at the property if you don't renovate to a very high standard. The returns are there and it is worthwhile. Again, increasing demand. And then you have good old-fashioned FOMO. There's very few people I know, and I mean, I'm biased because I'm in the business, but everyone I know seems to be doing a kitchen or a bathroom or doing something. So.
And it's that short-term rental market that's got Tom wondering if he should move away from being a traditional landlord to maybe going into the holiday let market. What are people actually seeing with the renovations and the kind of ROI you can get?
You'd have to talk to Mason Privy or some of the to get the actual numbers, but you're looking at, if you renovate the property, you're looking at 3- and 4-fold increase on your nightly rate, and it's at least 4 times what your annual income is going to be for the old-fashioned rental per year.
Say that again. Hang on. That's it. 3- or 4-fold increase.
I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Tom is, just to clarify, Tom is a landlord here in Dubai. He owns a couple of apartments in the Marina, has for many, many years, and he's typically rented them out on a conventional basis. Whatever. Yeah, rent it for a year and that's fine. Did he say 3- to 4-fold increase?
I think he did.
Well, it's nightly rental as opposed to yearly check.
And you don't necessarily have that during the summer months, obviously. That's going to be seasonal.
No, it will be up and down, but that's it.
Note to producer Mohammed, let's have the short-term rental companies on tomorrow morning. What's the queue like, though, to get these renovations done? How long are people having to wait at the moment?
At the moment, you're looking at 6 to 8 weeks of wait, depending on what you need done. We have a construction company also. If you need to break out the back of your house and build an extension, you need to plan it at least 3 months in advance. If you want passing on the increases in operation costs to consumers is one thing, but trying to manage that, the only way we can manage that as a company is get in and get out. So if you want to do a bathroom, we can turn it around in 6 days. You need a kitchen done, you're looking at maybe a week and a half, depending, add it all up. But depending on what you need done, you may be able to get it done quicker. The bigger the renovation, the longer time you have to wait to actually get it started.
Well, look, you mentioned supply chain woes there and the increasing cost of commodities, things we've been talking about here in the business breakfast. What's going up and by how much?
Well, timber has gone up substantially, and that was even before. You're looking at, and that, the price of the raw material has gone up, but the price of manufacturing has gone up 45%. Some, air conditioning products, they always go up this time of the year, but they're already at a very industry high, and now they've gone up again by another 30%. So And on the maintenance side, one of the things that we've tried to do to bring down the prices, we're the first company to put our technicians on motorbikes. The only thing I can control on this is my service delivery costs, because everything else is pretty much visas gone up by 50%. Everything else is out of our hands. So to try and reduce the cost of especially standard maintenance, we've put our trained technicians on motorbikes to try and pick up, again, faster moving around the city, emergency response times is much quicker, and the cost of operating is a third of what it is.
Because there's less fuel, or
less fuel? You have less fuel and more work. You can move it. You can move around the city quicker. I mean, the numbers out of the ministry, I think we've gone up 10%. I think in the population. I mean, we used to say years ago that Dubai traffic was crazy. I'm predicting come September, October this year, you'll be just chock-a-block. And the only way of getting to your place when the water is leaking out of your ceiling in 30 minutes is to have a technician on a motorbike. There's no other way of getting there. And that, again, brings in cost savings, because anybody that's ever had a leak in their house, which quite a substantial amount of people have, the quicker you turn it off, the quicker you can... the less cost is going to be to repair the damage. Plus, all those other little things like, why does my electricity board make noise? Well, it shouldn't. And why is that plug not working? And those little things that everybody has that at the moment, with demand on all maintenance services and construction companies, there is not the availability from companies to be able to get you for those small jobs, that 150, 200 dirham job. It's just not there. So that's why we're trying to bring down the cost of operating by moving our construction teams on deadlines and on timelines, and moving the technicians for the maintenance on motorbikes, so we can get them in, get them out, and bring down the cost of operating. Pass that on to the consumer, because the only thing we can control.
Can you find the guys, though, to stick them on the bikes?
That is a tricky one. We actually take our own guys, train our own technicians, and put them on motorbikes. We can get guys on motorbikes to go to your house. Whether they can actually do the work or not is the key. So that's why we're using our own technicians on the bikes, and that has been a 6-month. I've been rambling about this for about a year and a half, but that's been a 6-month mission since the 1st of January, since we started out on it, to get it over the line. And it is a substantial cost saving.
Bernard Diffley is the Managing Director at GTime Technical Services and Construction, speaking to us this morning about the demand for renovation.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.